I was taking Excedrin and Aleve and nothing was working, and he gets some for torn rotator disc and threw me a handful of something that he thought would help, and it didn't. Got me into a lot of trouble.
I got charged with possession of alprazolam. They found 2 Xanax 2 milligram.
I have 8 felony charges for trafficking and heroin, and 4 doctor shopping charges. I've been addicted to opiates, oxycodone and Xanax since probably I'll be 30 next month. So I started on them when I was 22.
Sometimes somebody just doesn't wake up one day. Sometimes it's a heart attack. Sometimes they just don't say. But they pulled poor old Hank Williams out of a Cadillac Coupe de Ville. He ended up on alcohol and pills. Alcohol and pills, it's a crying shame. Well, you think they might have been happy with the glory and the fame, but fame don't take away the pain. It just pays the bills, and you wind up on alcohol and pills.
As part of drug court, one of the options that we can use after an evaluation to determine what level of treatment, if any, is appropriate, there can be a recommendation to this outpatient treatment program that we've labeled the We Can treatment program. That treatment provides very intense treatment on an outpatient level. It's gender specific. It's for women only. And they start private sessions initially, and they go into small groups, and after they've successfully completed the treatment program, they're requested to follow up with such things as 12-step programs or their own peer support group.
Women have been prescribed drugs for many, many years for ailments such as menstrual cramps or having a headache or menopausal symptoms. But prescription drug use is on the rise. It's an epidemic, and women are the ones who are becoming addicted more rapidly.
Initially, they were on medication, put on medication for illegitimate reasons. For example, some have had car accidents and were injured, and were actually put on these medications in an effort to help them. So they didn't all start out abusing medications, but it has ended up that way.
Sometimes they'll go to a medical doctor looking for help, and especially in the Tampa Bay area, it's very common for them to get a prescription for opiates, benzodiazepines, and somas, all at once, big cocktail. And they become addicted, and they don't know if they're addicted physically anymore. Lots of times they're just addicted to the pain. And they don't know if it's the physical pain or emotional pain, because a great majority of the women that I see have mental health issues and trauma-related issues. So gender specific is very important to them, because they probably wouldn't be speaking about this in another treatment setting.
I got into a bad car accident, and I got metal plates in my face and in my back, titanium metal plates, so I had reconstructive surgery, and I was prescribed medication, so I've been on the medication for 8 years, and I got to the point where I ran out, and when I would run out I'd get sick, so I had some people that worked in a doctor's office, and they filled out some fraudulent scripts for me and my name, and I turned them into the pharmacy, and I got caught.
Did you ever ask the doctors how long you'll have to be on this, or how long you'll be in pain?
No. No, I didn't, because the getting on that first, and escaping from all, I'm a single mom. I have an 11-year-old boy, and working and living with just him, it was just trying to escape from all the stress that I was having, and feeling the effects that the medicine had was the only thing that I really wanted to live for every day. So if there was any question that I would have to ask that would take my medicine away from me, then no, I wouldn't ask that question. I'd just go every month and get my medicine and made sure that that continued for as long as it could.
At first when I came into the program, I was kicking and screaming and had no interest at all in learning any of this. I came back, I just kept coming back we come 3 times a week, and it all started clicking in my head. And then I would go out and I would find myself talking to somebody and repeating the same stuff that Heidi says to me. And I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, oh my God, it's all making sense.
I have a lot of anxiety and stress, but I'm getting to find out more about myself. I used to paint and all that, and I kind of stopped when I was doing drugs. Because when I, did the pills, I really couldn't like say, oh, like this and this about me, and I read these books and whatever else. I couldn't. There was nothing interesting about me.
I kept telling myself that everything was okay. I'm like, it's fine. I'm being prescribed this medicine, and I need it to go on and stuff. So, but once I committed the crime, and I knew that I committed the crime, I told myself, I'm going to go to jail for this, and it's going to catch up to me. And it did. I had my own house. I was, good in with my son's school. I was friends with all of his teachers. I mean, the life that I lived, it wasn't like people knew that I was like this, nobody would have ever guessed that I did some of the things that I did.
How do you reach someone who doesn't want to be reached?
It is difficult sometimes, but let's remember this is drug court. So they do have choices. This is a wonderful opportunity for the clients. Some of our clients are facing many years, maybe in prison. They have many charges. So to be given this opportunity to possibly have their charges dismissed upon successful completion of this program and probation, that's a choice.
Miss Houston, you know what? Let's cut to the quick, because this is all a bunch of baloney, all right? I'll go ahead and set the case for a pretrial conference, but you know why I'm heated right now? I'm heated because the last time I saw you, Miss Houston, I begged you to go to aftercare. I begged you to go to aftercare. Opiate addiction is a horrendous addiction in that it's so powerful that when people themselves try to wean themselves of this addiction, sometimes it's met with catastrophic circumstances such as overdosing and dying, and also the addiction is such that they truly need continued therapy and continued help in this fight.
I wake up every day and go to bed every night with pain, but I've learned how to deal with it in other ways. More exercise, focusing on my kids more.
That's quite a challenge, because it is to be in pain. How do you?
But it's something I'm going to have to deal with for the rest of my life. So I just know that I learned mainly in this program that I was very happy that I got arrested when I did, because if I would have continued to take the narcotics, I may have come addicted, and I've seen so many stories, and that's just not a road that I'm interested in going down.
It's better. It's like I'm more healthier, and I'm not sick all the time, and I'm happy. And my son, I spend a lot of time with my son. I see him like every weekend, and my parents and my family and everybody, like, they congratulate me and they think that I'm doing a lot better, and that matters.
When the grant is over, do you think the program is going to be able to continue?
I would hope so. I would hope that the federal government would see that we are providing a good service and that we are in need of these federal dollars to assist people fighting this addiction. And it saves lives, and not just lives, but it saves families and the people that are connected to the individuals that we serve.
I feel angry, just